The Amazing Marriage by George Meredith, Chapter 1. This is a Librivox recording. All Librivox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit librivox.org. Chapter 1. Enter Dame Gossip as chorus. Everybody has heard of the beautiful Countess of Cresset, who was one of the lights of this country at the time when crowned heads were running over Europe, crying out for charity's sake to be amused after their tiresome work of slaughter. And you know what a dread they have of moping. She was famous for her fun and high spirits, besides her good looks, which you may judge of for yourself on a walk down most of our great noblemen's collections of pictures in England, where you will behold her as the goddess Diana fitting an arrow to a bow, and elsewhere an Amazon holding a spear, or a lady with dogs in the costume of the day, and in one place she is a nymph, if not Diana herself, gazing at her naked feet before her attendants loosen her tunic for her to take the bath, and her hounds are pricking their ears, and you see antlers of a stag behind a block of stone. She was a wonderful swimmer among other things, and one early morning when she was a girl she did really swim, they say, across the Shannon and back to win a bet for her brother, Lord Levellier, the colonel of cavalry, who left an arm in Egypt and changed his way of life to become a wizard, as the common people about his neighbourhood supposed, because he foretold the weather and had cures for aches and pains without a doctor's diploma. But we know now that he was only a mathematician and astronomer, all for inventing military engines. The brother and sister were great friends in their youth, when he had his right arm to defend her reputation with, and she would have done anything on earth to please him. There is a picture of her in an immense flat white silk hat, trimmed with pale blue, like a pavilion, the broadest brim ever seen, and she simply sits on a chair, and Venus, the Queen of Beauty, would have been extinguished under that hat, I am sure, and only to look at Countess Fanny's eye beneath the brim she has tipped ever so slightly in her artfulness makes the absurd thing graceful and suitable. Oh, she was a cunning one. But you must be on your guard against the scandal-mongers and collectors of anecdotes, and worst of any, the critics of our galleries of art, for she being in almost all of them, the principal painters of the day were on their knees for the favour of a sitting. They have to speak of her pretty frequently, and they season their dish, the coxcombs do, by hinting a knowledge of her history. Here we come to another portrait of the beautiful
Sample complete. Ready to continue?